Hey everyone, today I wanted to show you a new technique that I come up with making a bow. This is very simple, and for anyone who has issues with your hands, hopefully this will be an answer for you if you don't want to go spend a bunch of money on a product that will help you make a bow. So, now this was my very first one, and it's very full, as you can tell. It's probably too full for what I'm going with. So my next one's going to be a little bit different. The one I'm fixing to do with you, okay? My name is Debbie with Debbie's Wreaths and Things. I'm a self-taught wreath maker here to share, inspire, and teach you how to make wreaths and other fun crafty things. So let's get started. Alright, so what I'm going to use is I am going to use 3 different ribbons. Now this one right here is the one that's got the holes in it, so we're going to test it out. But you remember I did the shovel not too long ago? Well, I need to do my rake, and so I know that this bow right here is entirely too thick for what I want. I kind of want it very airy looking, so I know that I need to do a few things, and this is going to be the first time doing it on this tutorial. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so I'm fixing to lower you down so you can see what I'm doing, okay? And I'm sorry for the hat and everything, but it's Saturday, and I don't feel like being pretty today. So let's lower it down. Alright, I think y'all can see me well. Sorry if my hand shot there. Just trying a new method and doesn't hurt my hands. Oh well, it's part of it, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I am going to undo my ribbon. I think and it doesn't really matter, you know, where you place your ribbon, because you're going to be able to, and I'm showing you how to do this with 3 different ribbons. Okay, so it doesn't matter where you're going to, what order your ribbon goes in. That's what I'm trying to say here. That doesn't matter. Alright, so I think I want this bow, let's see, this was at 12 inches, so that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with 12 inches. I'm going to try to bend it and hold it. Now, if you want a simpler bow, go back and look through my tutorials and you will see how to make this bow, well, one like it. And it's very simple. It's in my tutorials. Okay, so let's go 12 here. Let's fold this over. And okay, so we have now 1 full loop. But we have 3 ribbons. So we're not going to go as far with our loops. I'm just going to loop it. Because that's 3. I'm going to loop it 1 more time, which will give us 6 of these. Okay? Like I said, I'm going with a very airy type bow, so whimsical bow. So I don't want a bunch of loops. Alright, so this is good. This is good. Alright, so we're going to cut this. Now, when you're cutting this, this bow right here is where you're going to have to be careful, because even with this 1.5-inch bow, you have got to get a tiny notch, but you can't go all the way up into the middle, because if you do that on both sides, you mess your whole ribbon up. So we are going to go ahead and we are going, now you're going to need good scissors for this. So I just have just a tiny notch right here. Okay. I'm going to go in without cutting my fingers. Although it has happened before. Now let's see. You see the notch? The yellow just has a tiny one, but that's all it needs. It doesn't need anything big. So this is a great and easy way to make a whimsical bow. And the best part about this bow, y'all, is you're not, which I don't do it in the other one anyway, but you don't have to do all that twisting, you know, where some people twist to have the patterns shown on the other side. You're not going to have to do this. Okay, so I'm going to take my pipe cleaner, place it around here, and I'm going to pull tight, and I'm going to twist this. You want this tight, okay? And so here I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring these bows, or this ribbon, and bring it up. So I'm bringing it out, and then when I twist it, I'm just going to twist it up, and that's going to move it up, okay? So out and up. Now this is the bow that my grandmother showed me many years ago. But I'm so excited because I come up with my own method here to make a easy breezy whimsical bow without all that cutting and without all that twisting. I mean, even though you're having to twist this, you're not having to twist these tails and stuff. This is so easy. Okay, I'm excited. Can you tell? Can you tell? Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. Up. Alright, I'm fixing to show y'all the fun part. So I'm not going to do that bottom bow that I showed you if you wanted to make this bigger, because I don't want all that. Remember, I'm going with kind of an airy look, and when you go with something airy, you don't want, you're not looking for that full bow like the one I showed you, okay? So this is what I'm going to go with. But look, this is what I'm fixing to do, y'all. I am fixing to take my ribbons here, and I'm going to cut about, let's see, this one doesn't have very much, so we're going to take this. I'm going to cut, I think I can get, maybe 20 inches. I'm going to do 20 inches. So I'm going to cut me a few streamers here at 20 inches. This one's a little longer. It's 25, but I think I'm going to leave it. And if I don't want to use that, then I can cut it later. Because the fun thing about the whimsical bow is that you have, it's just whimsical. It's, you know, it's not perfect. That's what I'm going with. Okay, so I'm going to do this one at 20. Isn't this a pretty ribbon? It comes from Craft Outlet, by the way. This one at 20. Maybe this one at 22. And then same here with this. 20. No, 22. Maybe 24. I'm going to go 24 on this one. This don't cut as well as the other ribbon, so I'm going to have to use my scissors. What? Okay, sorry, y'all. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and dovetail these. It doesn't show up as well on this type ribbon, but I still do it anyway because I want to keep the same format that I'm doing with the others. it just doesn't, it's not as pretty of a dovetail on this one as it is these, but still. Alright, I'm going to dovetail these. And here I'm just going to place these ribbons on top of each other in any certain way. You know, I'm not going with any, let me make sure you can see this. Okay, I'm not going with any certain format here, okay? I'm just kind of matching. I'm going along. This one's a little longer. We'll place this one here. It's kind of how I want that one to go. And then, let's see, I have this one. Just kind of place this one here. Remember, when you do your bow that Julie showed, hers, you have it, the tails, all types of lengths. So we're going to stick with that same format. We want it all sorts of lengths. Okay, so we've got our streamers cut. Now, remember how we did our bow? We went in the center and we cut the notches. We're going to do the same thing with our streamers here, okay? And I'll show you why those notches are so important. Got some new scissors, and boy, these things are good. If you're looking for a good pair of scissors, go to Home Depot. These are called Wreaths, and they were only like $6, and they are just a good scissor. So it's better than my Fiskars. And those were good. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing here, but remember we need to get that little bitty notch in that yellow right there without meeting in the center, okay? Because we don't want to mess up our tails here. Okay. I've got just a tiny notch. Okay, so now I'm going to take pipe cleaner and I'm going to bring it in that center right here. Pull it and twist. So we're not having to work with all this wire. We're doing all this by hand and not having to do, I mean, we do have to work with pipe cleaner, but we're not working with all that wire. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this like this. I'm going to take this bow and I'm going to place it right over the top, okay? Right in the center here. And give it a twist. Alright, so now we have tails. So here, this notch is so that we can take now and we can move our tails in between the ribbons. See how easy this is? So we're just going to start taking these tails and moving it in between our loops. That's the whole purpose of those notches there. So we'll bring this one around here. And look, you're not having to do any kind of twisting. You're not having to bring up tails. This is just so much easier. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I thought about this. I'm going to give all the glory to the Lord because I've been praying for my own technique, and this morning is when it hit me. So I was just like, yes, that's it. That's what I need to do. Okay, so remember, that's why we cut those notches out, is so that we can bring our tails up and bring it in through the bow. Okay. Alright, and I'm just kind of moving this around to make it, well, I don't want that over there because I have a little red. So I'm going to bring this over here, and I'm going to leave that on the bottom. And let's bring a yellow over this way as well. And so if I don't want all these streamers, if this is just too much, I can always go in and cut them. But this, look at that. I don't know if you can see it. That is the way that it's done, and it is so easy to do. And now I can come through here. If I don't want my streamers this big, I can trim them. Now this was my first time doing this, so maybe next time I'll only cut my streamers at about 18 inches instead of 20 inches. Okay. All right, so I've got, see, I have 3 of these right here, so I want to move this one over. And I need a blue over here. So I'm just going to keep playing with this and get it the way that I want it. And oh my goodness, I'm so happy. Look at that. It is my very own whimsical bow without having to do all that work. Let me show you. Look. Look. Isn't that great? So look, I just went through and I have created this without having to do all the folding and holding. I didn't have to do all that. So my hands will not be hurting as much. And I didn't have to go and create a, I didn't have to go and purchase a bow maker. I just did it right here. So I'm going to go ahead and trim up some of these tails. I cut it too long. But remember, I always say that it's better to have too much than not enough. So I have to come up with a name for this bow since I have created it. I'll have to think on that. Let's see. This is so fun. I'm so excited. Y'all get to see it all unfold before your very eyes. So excited. I'm just tickled. Oh, I don't want to use Whimsical Bow because that one's already taken. And Julie named hers Funky Bow. So, I gotta come up with a name for it. It really is a whimsical bow, isn't it? And I don't want to call it that. I don't want to give it my own name because, nah. I want to do that. I just come up with it. I'm going to name this the Helen Bow. That's what it's going to be called because my grandmother's name was Helen. She showed me how to make the very first bow I ever made, which is the one that I've showed you. And so she deserves that bow name. So this will be the Helen Bow. So excited. All right, so there it is, y'all. There it is. This is a fun, whimsical type bow, Helen Bow. And you can use it in place of a bow maker, and this is easy for folks who have issues with their hands. Remember, cutting the slits is to help you bring your tails up further. Okay?
Mama, I'm watching stereotypes.
That lets you bring this up. You didn't have to do all that twisting. You didn't have to do all that holding with your hands. There it is. Isn't it beautiful? This is the Helen Bow. I am so loving this. So easy. Easy, easy bow. Oh, I cannot wait to see you make this bow. If you make this bow, you have to show me, okay? I'm so excited about it. So excited about it. All right, y'all. I've now got a rake to make with this bow, the Helen bow. And I'm just so excited. I cannot wait to see everybody make this bow. If you make it and you're in Wild About Wreaths or Wreathing Around, you have to tag me in it and let me know that you made my bow. Okay? All right. So, I'm fixing to get off here because I have some housework to do. But I was so excited that I had to show y'all what I come up with. And I am just so tickled about it. All right. This is Debbie with Debbie's Racing Things. And until next time, I'll be seeing you. Bye, y'all.